Good afternoon. We are doing the September plan with me today. It is the 4th of September. I actually meant to record this 2 days ago, but I wasn't in the right headspace, like emotionally or mentally. So I wanted to just give myself a few extra days to gather my thoughts and just wait until I was in a little bit of a better mood. So I've got my windows open right now because the weather is amazing. It's finally warmer. It's like 23 degrees today. Winter is finally over. There's still going to be some cold days, but I'm feeling so much better and so much more hopeful now that it is starting to get warmer. So I've got my usual tools here. I've got my TN cover with my year overview planner in here for the monthly stats and the month review and my goals in there. And then I've just got my day-to-day planner where I will plan out the week and the month. And then I've got my little receipt paper here so I can plan out the weeks. But I guess first let's go over the last month just quickly and review how my goals went. So for the month of August, I honestly am like forgetting what month I am in all the time, especially these last few weeks. But for August, I had 3 goals. Let me just brighten this up a little bit because it's looking a little dark. Okay, so for August, I wrote down 3 goals. I wrote down to finalize the Faded Chronicle planners, and I did. I managed to finish all of that. So that is all with the manufacturer now. It's currently being manufactured, being produced. So that is really exciting. We had been working on that for a few months now. So that was really, really satisfying for that to be finished. The second goal was to work on new products. And I did. Initially, I wanted PET tapes, but I decided not to pursue that this time just because of the time constraint. And I was really putting it off for too long and I really needed to get it manufactured. So I ended up just getting sticky notes, a sticker album, so you can, put your stickers in there, and also just outsourcing a bunch of sticker sheets, like existing designs. So the sticker sheets are all existing things, but it'll definitely save me a lot of time to outsource some of that. And I think the quality will be a lot better too. So I'm excited for that. And the very last goal was the unplanned podcast episode. So I did not do that, but I kind of intentionally chose not to. So that one is okay. I just kind of ran out of time this month and I needed to prioritize other things such as the products and working on the Faded Chronicle planners and also the website. So I don't mind too much. It is a little disappointing that I couldn't get around to it, but this month overall, like there were a lot of highlights and wins from this month, as you will see when I fill out my month review, but the last few weeks were quite difficult for me emotionally and my mental health definitely wasn't at its best. And so I decided to just take it easy and work on kind of the bare minimum things. And so I really didn't want to push myself too much to do the unplanned podcast episode if I wasn't in the right headspace for it. So I did not get around to doing that. I'm not sure if I want to make it a goal for next month. I don't think so. Even though I know I would like to, I think I will be a little bit too busy with market prep and I don't want to be too rushed for that. So I'm going to go into my goals for September. I'm still kind of in disbelief that it is September. Like I just this year, I don't know where it has gone. But my very first goal is to prepare for the market. Let me see where I wrote it on the third column. Prep for market. Because my next market, if you're in Sydney, is in Sydney. It's on October 4th, I think, I want to say. It's a one-day market. It's Sydney made. Yes, it should be October 4th, which is the first Saturday of October. I will be doing a Sydney market. I've already done Sydney made twice before, so this is my third time returning back to them. It's kind of cool that it's just like a one-day local market, and hopefully I will have a lot of new products there, but I do need to prepare for that. And then the second goal that I wrote down is to work on my 2026 calendar cards. So in the past, I've worked on, I think 2024 and 2025 Herbie calendar cards. I think I would like to continue that tradition with some new Herbie illustrations. So I might do like a non-Herbie version as well, but 2026 calendar cards. Let me write it down before I distract myself again. And I have 2 more goals, but I only like to write 3 here. So let me just share those goals first and then I will choose one. But one is to do like a market postcard / flyer, which kind of encompasses like all these little tasks that I want to do for the market because I'm not very I'm not very efficient for the market. There's still a lot of things I want to do. And at this point, I haven't been focusing a lot on like my market promotion, any sort of marketing for the market. And I've just been kind of turning up with my products. So I do want to get a little bit better at having, proper cards, information to promote my Patreon, to, share my YouTube even. I do have a business card, but even just explaining the sticker club, the Happy Mail, I feel like there's a few things going on. And instead of needing to, I still will explain it to my customers, but it'd be nice to have some sort of flyer or like postcard or something that they can use as a freebie in their journal that would kind of explain everything. Just put a little bit more effort into my marketing, I think. But that's the third goal. And then the fourth goal I wrote is to catch up on footage for YouTube. So again, I have been a little bit behind. There was a point where I did film a lot. I just haven't gotten around to editing it and posting it. So I would really like to get on top of that footage so that I can feel like I can film again, because I almost feel like I can't film when I have all this backlog of footage. And so I don't know which one is more important. I think I would feel, I'm gauging it based on how I would feel after each one is done. I'm just kind of thinking about it hypothetically. I think I would feel better if the YouTube content was up to date. So I might prioritize that. I might write that as a third goal, which I might sound a little counterintuitive because I know I just said I need to prepare for the market. But technically, this is quite vague, so I could put that in there, right? The market postcard flyer could be part of market prep. So I'm going to write catch up on footage. And then that makes up my 3 goals for September. It feels doable. The first thing I probably want to work on is a calendar cards, which kind of is part of the prep for the market. I already kind of wrote down the video. Very bold of me. I wrote it in pen. I just realized I must have been feeling very confident that I was going to be doing the plan with me, but I was just kind of planning out the videos that I wanted to do. And I think I just knew I was going to do the plan with me this week. So I'm going to tick that off because I think that does count. And then the October plan with me in the very last week. And so I just need to figure out 3 more videos for this month. One of them will be a studio vlog. I just don't know when. And one of them will probably be some sort of like market prep studio vlog. But I'm going to leave the videos for now because I'm actually not too sure. But next is writing in my typical tasks, which is my Patreon tasks typically. So the weekly update, the journal update, the D-Diary episode, which is my Patreon podcast, calendar and wallpaper, Patreon newsletter, and sticker club. So I'm just going to write all that in. There is a child screaming outside, so I'm sorry if that picks up, but again, the windows are open and it's worth it. The noise is worth it for that amazingly warm breeze that is coming into the studio right now. I feel like I've been in such like an emotional slump over the past few weeks, and it's not just the weather, but like the weather is a massive contributor of it, but I'm starting to feel a little bit more hopeful and happy again now that it is getting a bit warmer. Oh, there's no date. No date there. It ends on the 30th. And then D-Diary episode. Well, when do I want to finish the sticker club? That is the last week. And then I'd need to post it here. So I'd kind of need to finish it by the 20th, which is a little scary. But let me write finish sticker club a little bit earlier than usual. And then D-Diary episode, I can do that next Thursday. I think so. Okay, I'm going to write DDF. And then calendar and wallpaper, I can do it on the Sunday, the 28th. I usually do it 2 or 3 days before the end. So calendar and wallpaper. And then Patreon newsletter can be on the very last day, which is a Tuesday. Patreon newsletter. I don't write down the email one because I'm too inconsistent with that to know what date exactly I can be doing that. Like for example, today's the 4th and I need to get it out today. So that's fine. I think that is it for the main tasks. So the market is on the 4th, which is here, the Saturday here. But that is the month plan. Very, very simple. Again, I don't really have any videos, except I know I want to do at least one studio vlog, but the others I don't really know what I want to do. So I guess we will start the week plan and break it down. So technically, because I'm doing this late, we're already on the 4th and this week is already kind of gone. So I was just going to skip that week, even though I don't think I have actually planned for this week. I feel like because I haven't done the plan with me as well, I have been a bit all over the place. But yeah, that's probably a big one because I definitely didn't plan for this week, but I'm still kind of catching up on tasks. So it's not totally out of nowhere, but I think I'm just going to start with the 8th because the tasks for the rest of the week is like email newsletter, little notes post, again, just like catching up on the past things. So I don't think I need to maybe just start editing and the plan with me. So yeah, I'm going to skip this full week because technically we're already like halfway through it. And I'm going to start with September 8th. Week of September 8th. Week of September 15th. Week of September 22nd. And then I think I am going to include that last week because the last and first week of the month is always quite intense. So, I mean, it helps account for when I'm late. What am I writing? September 29th. When I'm late with the plan with me's anyway, so I can use that. All right, we're planning for 4 weeks. Based on the goals, prepare for market. Well, next week, DD app is one of those things. And then I think the 2026 calendar cards is the other one I want to do. So Herbie calendar cards, because I need to also get that outsourced. The first year I did it, I was hand making it and it just took so long that I decided, yes, it's kind of worth the cost to outsource it for my sanity and for my time. It is kind of the direction I'm going into to save a bit of time and to start outsourcing more things. You know, less time spent painstakingly hand making things means more time to read. So it's a win-win. I'm trying to think what else in terms of content. I think maybe that week is the next studio vlog. I might as well just push it for that week. We'll leave that there for now. And then for September 15th, well, technically I need to start working on Herbie, sorry. I'm thinking because the sticker club is Herbie this month, because I alternate. I will need to start on the sticker club this week, maybe just a rough sketch, just a rough idea. I have plenty of ideas now because people have been sending me lots of ideas. So I'm not short on ideas, that's for sure, but start on sticker club. So that's a pretty decked out week in terms of editing, new product, working on the sticker club and D-Diary episode. And then I've got finish sticker club. Not sure what the video is this week, but I'm not sure if I should write it in like video question mark just to remind myself. But there is a lot of catching up to do with my live archives. I just don't know if that footage gets a little bit boring sometimes. So maybe that's when I think a journal. You know what? Yeah, a journal with me. Either a catch up or like I'm so overdue for a commonplace catch up. I could do some Japanese study. There's a lots I could do. And hopefully next month I do feel better emotionally, and with the weather I feel like I have a little bit more free time. Maybe the last month was just really intense with a lot of deadlines, so journal with me. And that's all I've got, really. Again, I don't write down the weekly updates and the journal updates because it's the same thing every week, so I barely have to think about it. I think that's okay. And then for September 22nd, the week of, is calendar and wallpaper. Cal and wallpaper. I think I would like to start working on little notes posts. I've been a little bit late with that. So little notes post is a priority this week because I'm only just finalizing this month's one. And again, it's September 4th. So I am a little bit late with that. I think photograph happy mail for the listing on the website. I'll leave a little bit of a buffer room if I don't finish the sticker club, so I can finish it there. And then again, the market will be the next Saturday. So maybe I need, do I want to promote the market here? Maybe the week of. No, I'll do it there. The week before I think is good, and then I can just share it as a story again. But IG market. And then the 29th, I will pack for market. It's a local market, like I don't need to fly for it, so it's not too bad, but I'd like to be organized and not do it the night before like I usually do. And I think that was all for this week. I think I'm going to leave that. And then this week, I know I will need to do a business check-in with my workshop patrons. Business check-in. I know I need to do an email newsletter. Oops, I'm writing on something. Email newsletter. I know I need to do a Patreon newsletter. I think this week could be maybe a market prep vlog. But I'm not sure exactly what I would do for it, but maybe on the 15th. Oh, that's the journal with me. And then maybe on the 22nd is where I do a market prep. Like I could just share like what I've done. I'm not sure. Usually when I do it on my Patreon for workshop, I just talk about what products I've restocked and everything. So it's a very casual update. I'm not sure if it works on YouTube. So if anything, I will just do that for Patreon. But I do need to get on top of my like inventory, update it, do a whole restock for it. So maybe market prep update. I think I will write it here just so I know that I can do it for Patreon at the very least. Update. This pen is still kicking on. It it really likes this receipt paper. It's working really well on this paper. But that is the last thing. And then I think plan with me, October plan with me. And then the market, I don't think I need to write in. It's a busy week in terms of family and social events too. I think almost every week there's something going on, but let me check if my goals are pretty much addressed in each of these like tasks. Prep for market. Yes, I might write market prep update on the last week too. Market prep update. So prep for market, 2026 calendar cards. Ideally, I finish that all next week. I don't think it'll take me a huge amount of time. And then catch up on footage. I want to do the studio vlog next week. So that is part of catching up on it. And that's pretty much it. But I did mention again for the market prep that I wanted to do like a postcard flyer, that I wanted to do like I bought these photo albums recently, and I took out the cover in the front, and so I can put my own design in here. So I need to design something that says like, Plan by Jyla product catalog in there and set that up as well. That's part of the market prep. Which I know not everyone's interested in. That's why it's kind of just living on Patreon for now. But I think maybe in September 15th is when I work on market catalog. I probably need to IG my dot point little notes post. I didn't even do it last month. I am quite terrible with Instagram. It's just not my favorite platform, so I do struggle a little bit, but I would like to post the bare minimum at the very least. Okay, I think that is it. That's pretty good. I can show you what August looked like in terms of, I did keep it in my planner this time, so I was a little bit more on top of it in terms of ticking it off and stuff. There are a few things that I had to move across. The DD app I didn't do until the next week. Backlog session, I don't think I ended up doing at all. I can't remember. And then IG posts, I didn't do it. Faded Chronicle changes I didn't do until the next week. So these ones got moved, but I think I did the backlog session. I'm pretty sure I did. I just didn't tick it off. But work on Sticker Club, I think I might have started it. So yeah, I'm still very on and off in terms of like highlighting it, but at the very least, just having it there, if I go to the current week, just having it here every single week is a very good visual reminder because I can see straight away, okay, the things that are highlighted I've done. So my eyes kind of always drift over here to see what else I need to do. This was for last week, so technically, I still need to do these, the email newsletter and work on little notes post, but I can now put the new one there. So I'm gonna take this out. And I'm gonna move the new one. This is this week, so we will do next week, I think. All right, so next week's priorities are looking like DD app, Herbie calendar cards, studio vlog, start on Sticker Club, market prep update video or something like that, and an IG post. So what I start with always is the Patreon tasks, the weekly, the front of my diary is a mess, but the weekly update and the journal update. I also write it at the top and the bottom so I can see at a glance like what my main task was for that day, like main video media type of task, weekly update, and then Wednesday is journal update. The video, let me grab my pencil. The video for this week I said was studio vlogs. So I think I usually can't do really anything else on the Monday, very rarely. So I will edit studio vlog on the Tuesday. Probably won't be able to get it out until Thursday. So I think maybe I can edit on Wednesday. So edit studio vlog. And then I will write maybe a little bit higher, edit and post studio vlog. So if I know I want to post it on the Thursday, ideally, that's how I kind of reverse engineer the tasks. And I know it takes me about 2 to 3, sometimes 7 days to edit a vlog, but at least this just gives me a better representation of how my week will look. So that's the studio vlog. The Dear Diary episode, I would like to record and post it. Maybe record it on the Tuesday. Record DD app. I have been kind of good at recording it and posting in the same day though. So let me grab my eraser. Let me think. Do I want it on the Tuesday or the Thursday? What are my other tasks? DD app, Herbie calendar cards, Sticker Club. Oh, Sticker Club. Sticker Club is so hard for me every month. I might do the DD app on the Tuesday so that it's just done and easy, out of the way. Wait, I need to do record and post. And then I could also work on, I could maybe start it on the Monday, I think. Work on calendar cards. Someone is blowing a whistle outside. CRD, yeah. And then also again on the Tuesday, work on cal cards. I don't know how long that's going to take me. I'm going to assume 3 to 4 days maybe. It's not going to differ too much. Oh, no, I do need to keep that there to remember to water my plants. But I think finish cal cards. Maybe, no, I think that's a bit too tight, especially with journal update on that week. So I'll finish cal cards on this date. Work on cal cards maybe again. So that I don't feel too pressured with the D-Diary episode, with the studio vlog, and also with the journal update. And the weather is amazing on Monday, so I do want to take myself out again to the cafe and library and do some work outside. So I want to give myself a tiny little bit of a buffer to enjoy my Monday. And then market prep. I could maybe, that is a little bit difficult, but I do need to get on top of the inventory. So maybe that's something I do on the Monday. Update inventory. And then maybe instead of the journal update, I might do a market prep update. I'm not sure yet. I am thinking of this coming weekend, and I know I need to prepare. Let me check the weather. The weather very much affects how productive I will be. So tomorrow will be colder. Today's 24, tomorrow is 17, Saturday is 20. Oh, Sunday is 25. I'm so excited for Sunday. I need to stock for the Happy Mail, so I'm trying to decide if I want to do it on the Friday or Saturday. I might do it on the Saturday. It feels like a Saturday task. Stock for Happy Mail. I think that's good. And maybe stock for Little Notes post. Okay, so let's go over it again. D-Diary episode, Herbie calendar cards, studio vlog, start on sticker club. I did not write that in yet. I might start it on the Thursday, just so I'm like forcing myself to think about it and not avoid it. Sticker club. And then maybe on the Friday, chip away at it at night. I am probably freelancing that day. I don't need to this week, thankfully. There is an event, so I don't have to. I mean, thankfully, but I mean, I'm not making money if I don't freelance, but I feel like I really need that day off, even though the weather sadly is not too warm. Okay, so start a sticker club. And I'm going to write it one more time because I'm anticipating I'm going to ignore these 2 times. So start on sticker club. Okay, so that's done. And market prep update. So in terms of market prep, I just need to start stocking for things, but I can't start stocking until I've updated the inventory. So I think from there is, I will hopefully have some sort of idea and maybe stock. So maybe I just write stock for stock products. I might write that on the Thursday. I do kind of want to write it on the Tuesday, but I might be too caught up with the calendar cards. So I'll write stock for market. And then on the Saturday, I might work on, I know I didn't write it until the next week, I think, but the catalog design. Okay. So that is my week plan. I hope that was in frame. I think that's pretty good. That's pretty solid. Nothing about that makes me too nervous. The last thing I already ignored is the Instagram post for Little Notes posts. So I should probably do that on the Tuesday. Okay, that is one thing that's making me dread it a little bit, but IG Little Notes post. I can just post a photo. It's no big deal. I should just post a photo. I really should. Okay, that's fine. That's me talking myself into it. So that is the week breakdown. And now we're going to go into the month overview. I think that's the order. Yes, the month overview, where I kind of review August and I plan a little bit for September. It's the same thing that I've already talked about, just my goals. But that is in this planner. I'm going to have this open on the side. Okay, so I have been a little bit good and I did fill out August highlights. I still need to go back and do May and June. I try to like to fill it out as much as I can because there's always something little, that you can write. March was a very difficult month, so probably isn't too much I can do for March, but it is nice to see all these tiny little highlights that, some of them aren't even highlights. Some of them are just like what things that defined my month. So I can go back and be like, oh yeah, that was that month. I do remember it, but okay. There will be some overlap, I think, with the highlights and the wins, but that is okay. So September, do I have September? I know I forgot to print out one of the, I think it was just August that I didn't do. That's fine. So August, I don't have, I'm still meant to replace that, but I forgot. So we're going to go into September overview. And I'm using my fountain pen for this. Again, rewriting my priorities for September is to prep for the market. I'll write the actual market name because I probably won't remember looking back which market it was. So prep for Sydney made 2026 calendar cards. And catch up on footage. My T looks like an F there for YouTube. Okay, so I can't actually write down the currently enjoying for August because I didn't have a page for it, but I did write it down in my Notion. So I'm just going to read it out to you. So I had a really good reading month, and there are two books that I really enjoyed. This month, I read The 100 Years' War on Palestine, which was an incredibly insightful and just full of so much detail. And I highly recommend it if you want to understand the history of the war a lot better, all the alliances and how everything came to be where it is today. I feel like I have a much better understanding of all of that now. So I highly recommend it. It's not a super long book, and it is dense because there's a lot of years and a lot of dates. And I really struggle with dates and just history facts in general, but I did find it fairly easy and accessible to read. It's very tragic, but the author Rashid Khalidi, I believe his name is a wonderful writer, and he tells the kind of history of everything leading up to the present day. So I have the version with the new afterword, so I recommend getting that version if you can. But yeah, that was a really, really good book. And then I also read The Ethics of Ambiguity by Simone de Beauvoir. That was quite a difficult book to get into at the very beginning, like the first part of the book, but the second and the third, I think it's the third, but definitely the second part was a lot easier. And I found like accidentally those two books kind of like worked hand in hand. So it is about philosophy. It's regarded as a good introduction to philosophy. It was difficult to wrap my head around certain terms that she uses because the meaning is a little bit different to how I think of those terms. But if you are interested in philosophy, it is actually very, very interesting. It probably needs some like secondary sources. So as I was reading that book, I was definitely looking up summaries and other people's analysis of that book to help me understand it. I think my camera just overheated, so I don't know what just got cut out, but that is one downside to the weather getting warmer. My camera definitely overheats more. But yeah, those two books, hopefully that got caught on camera, but The 100 Years' War on Palestine and The Ethics of Ambiguity were both really excellent nonfiction books that I read and happened to be my top two books This month, a little bonus mention to Passing by Nella Larson, a very short book, and I wish there was more from it, but I really enjoyed that book as well. But it's a fairly open-ended book, so keep that in mind going in, because I know personally I don't like open-ended books. I need to have my stories with an ending, like I need the closure, but I think it was done very, very well. In terms of a song that I have been enjoying, I really enjoyed The Walls Are Way Too Thin by Holly Humberstone. I had that on repeat at the beginning of the month quite a lot. I also started playing the Tiny Bookshop, not the Tiny Bookshop, Tiny Bookshop. So I bought that recently and I've been playing it. I've been recording a little bit of my gameplay and I've been posting that on Patreon. I think I will post that to YouTube eventually. I'm just a little self-conscious because I'm trying to figure out the game as I go and recording myself doing it, and it's not super interesting. You know, I'm just playing the game in real time and recording it. So I don't know, maybe it'll stay on Patreon, but it is there for everyone to see if you want to go there. It's not behind a paywall or anything. I've been enjoying breakfast burritos, which is really random, but it's just, I go through these periods of like hyperfixation on like certain types of food. My husband and I like discover a thing that we like and then we just eat it on repeat. I don't know why we had a whole donuts phase for a while, but yeah, right now it's definitely burritos, but like breakfast burritos in particular. And I've also been thrifting a lot of books, and it's been a very, very thrift heavy kind of month because I had a book fair earlier in the month, and so I have a ton of new books that I'm just so excited to read. I've been borrowing from the library more. I've been able to go to my local library a little bit more. And yeah, it's just been overall a really good book month. In terms of struggling with, I wrote mental health, sticker club, because I really struggled with that. Just with my skills not matching the idea that I had. I really struggled with executing my idea. And also tripping upstairs. I've been tripping a lot recently, and it's probably a reflection of like my mental health right now because I feel very, very overwhelmed and full of dread sometimes that maybe I'm not as present as I could be when I'm walking up the stairs. So I've had to like really focus walking up the stairs recently, and that's really not a good sign at all. So I wanted to write that down because that has definitely defined my month. I've tripped up the stairs a couple of times and fully fallen down once. And wins for this month is exploring our local area a little bit more. Again, we just moved to this area about 4 or 5 months ago, so we're just managing to explore the local area now. And I've been doing a bit of work with my husband. We've just been working on this project together. That was fun. So that's August. Me just telling you because I don't have the page to actually write it, but that's where it would go, and I can backlog that later. But now let's go on to the monthly stats. I did forget to write it on the last day of August, but I did write it on the first day of September. So it is off by a day, but that is okay. Let me pull that up now. As always, I believe Instagram went down. But considering my lack of effort, that is understandable. 9334. It's not like I'm not getting any new followers. I definitely am getting some new followers, but the rate of the unfollow is higher than the follow, which is fine. But that is a decrease of 27. And I posted... Oh, that's my biggest decrease so far, I think. And I posted one time. That's okay. We're back to where we started at the beginning, which is, that's fine. I'll try not to let it drop down too much. But if we're overall net positive-ish, that's okay. For YouTube, on the 1st of September, I was at 9328. And I'm pretty similar to that now. I think we're 9330 maybe. But that is a gain of 127, and I posted 3 times, which is not too bad. I think 3 times is pretty good. I would like to go 4 to 5 times, but 3 times is pretty decent. And Patreon did go back up a little bit, surprisingly, but we are up to 60 for August, which is a growth of 7. And then, is that it? Yes. Okay, that is it. My main focus is YouTube. So all of my effort really is going into YouTube. So it's nice to see that going up. The one that I'm really focusing on is going up. But that's monthly stats. And then the next thing that I do, I think I review my goals, my quarterly goals. So January, February, March. Yes, I always forget the quarter. April, May, June, July, August, September. So we're still in quarter three. One Unplanned Podcast episode. I still have time. New outsourced products. I think I can tick that for sure. So let's tick that on my very destroyed page that got eaten up by my printer, and read physical TBR. I definitely read one book recently that was on my physical TBR. Let me have a look at my book stack. I can't say that I have yet. I'm chipping away at it. I'm definitely making progress, but I feel like unless I've read like 5 physical books that, especially the ones that I've thrifted recently, then I can tick that off. So not quite, but maybe at the end of this month. It's the last month. So really I should be doing this, but that's okay. We can delay it. We can move it across. It's not the end of the world if I don't get that priority done. Are there any major achievements and highlights that I can think of right now? That's pretty much it. For the kind of year overview, there's nothing really else I need to do in here. I definitely need to catch up on some books. I am a bit behind on this, but that is okay. I'm behind on everything. That's okay. But the last thing I did also forget to show you is that I was talking about how I don't really use this monthly very often because I don't see it. And when I don't see it, I tend to forget about it. And so what I did decide to do is print out my Patreon printable calendar, and I made it smaller. It's normally A5, but I made it smaller so it would fit in here. But I think I'm going to fill this out exactly the same as this. I know it's like duplicate, but I'm going to fill this out so that I have something here. I don't know if that'll help because my book is actually always open. So maybe it's better to not have it on the back. I don't know. Do I just have it as like an insert? I'm not sure. Let me take it out anyway so I can write on it. Like, do I just want to leave it here as like an insert? That could work, I guess, but I don't know if you want to see this, but that's the last thing we're going to do. And that's pretty much the end of, should I use fountain pen? It's a pretty thick scrap paper that I use. But I'm just going to fill this out, but that's pretty much the end of the video. There's not going to be anything new from now, but I'm going to do week. Oh, that's quite thick. Week update. All this paper is like absorbing it quite a lot. Ooh. Is it too late to swap pens? I guess not. We're going to go to the Muji pen instead. Oh, I missed, oops. I realized I missed the top. Because this week has already passed. I forgot about it. And then business check-in. This is today. Oh, yes. Sorry, just had a moment where I'm like, what month am I in? Okay, no, that's all right. Weekly update, journal, update, biz check-in. This is quite small. It's an interesting test. I'll do week WK update, journal update, DD app, week update. And then Patreon newsletter, calendar, and wallpaper. Finish sticker club. Just so hopefully at a glance, it's just much more obvious because I really do not flip back to this monthly page at all. I just genuinely forget it exists. I think I'll do family dinner. And then we've got a friends night. And nothing yet for those two, but prep for market. Very vague, not ideal, but that's okay. 2026 Cal cards. Catch up footage. I think market catalog. Here I can kind of expand it a little bit more beyond my top 3. Market flyer. I'm just remembering now, I need to design an undated planner for Tiffany. So maybe undated FC. And then I think market update. Market update, like my series, my video. And that might be everything that I can think of right now. Okay, that's not too bad. So what I might do is actually just, it's on a really nice card. I do want to get something like this made for next year as well. Maybe that's also part of, I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe I'll also make next year's calendar so I can get it printed on cards to sell, but I have to figure out the size. I mean, I could just make the B6. Do I force everyone to also use B6 cards? Because if you're using A5, B6 will fit very nicely as well, but I might just leave this in here so that it's always kind of here. I don't know if that works. I'm going to try it. We're going to keep trying it because I feel like monthly will help me a lot. It's just a matter of seeing it, unless I put it in front. But then that kind of blocks, oh wait, this is this week. Kind of blocks my week. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, we're going to try that. Thank you so much for joining me for this plan with me. I hope you were able to plan your month. Sorry again that this was a little bit late, but I am feeling good for September. It does feel like it's going to be a much more relaxed month and warmer month despite the market coming up, but I've got outsourced products coming, so that definitely eases up some burden in terms of restocking. I'm just trying to be a little bit more efficient with my time. I'm looking forward to reading so many more new books. The book stack on my table makes me really happy, so I am looking forward to that. I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you again for liking these videos and for watching them, and I will see you next month in the next plan with me. Bye!